Have you ever wondered what kind of lifestyle Mattia Binotto, the senior staff member of Formula One Scuderia Ferrari, leads? The Italian engineer has had a fantastic career. But what is his net worth after all his hard work? Stick around because we're going to explore the interesting lifestyle and net worth of Mattia Binotto. Early life, family, and education. Mattia Binotto was born in Lausanne, Switzerland, on the 3rd of November 1969 to his Italian parents, and he continued to grow up in Switzerland alongside them. Mattia is a very private man, and so his parents' names have never actually been revealed to the public. The same can be said about any potential siblings, and so it's fair to say that he could have even been an only child in his family. Not very much at all is known about Mattia Binotto's childhood or young life, and so we catch up with him in his 20s, when he attended the École Polytechnique Fédérale de Lausanne in 1994, where he would go on to graduate with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. Not finished with education, however, Mattia Binotto decided to continue his training, and he moved to Italy. There, he would go on to earn a master's degree in motor vehicle engineering at the University of Modena and Reggio Emilia. A little later, in 1995 specifically, Matteo Binotto went on to join Scuderia Ferrari, taking a position in the engine department as a test engine engineer. After a couple of years, he emerged as an engineer in the Formula One racing team, during the exceptionally famous and successful Schumacher era, a period during which Luca Di Montezemolo was the president, and Jean Todt was the team principal. Career with Ferrari. This was the era of Ferrari and Schumacher dominating the Formula One scene, and the Dream Team were able to put together one of the most exceptional lines of Ferraris ever to debut in the racing world. Mattia Binotto was a big contributor to the team that produced these cars between the years of 1997 to 2003. In 2004, Mattia Binotto was promoted to race engine engineer, and he fulfilled that role well for 3 more years, before he was finally given the chance to take the role of chief engineer, race and assembly in 2007. It's fair to assume that his salary increased dramatically during that time, as Binotto was the head of an extremely profitable department for the company. At this point, his principal area of responsibility was to be in charge of power unit operations, and he was the head of engine and KERS operations. Binotto had a wealth of responsibilities like very few others in the racing world. But he took the challenge head-on and oversaw almost unilateral improvements to the products, and every department he headed benefited hugely, continuing his run of impressive success. By October of 2013, Binotto had been so successful that he was promoted yet again and began to serve as the chief operating officer of the power unit. And once again, you can expect that he gained a substantial pay increase. His contribution to the Ferrari Formula One team by this point must have been highly significant, because he would go on to rise again shortly. The Swiss-born engineer was also appointed to the position of Chief Technical Officer at Scuderia Ferrari overall. After 6 short years, on the 7th of January 2019, the Swiss-born engineer was appointed to the much sought-after positions of Managing Director for Gestione Sportiva and Scuderia's Ferrari team principal. He replaced former team principal Maurizio Arrivabene to take on the role at the end of 2018. But this was one of the only times that he did not see resounding success. He was actually unable to do much to improve the team standings in the championship, despite the fact that he had ensured that Ferrari had one of the best engines on the track. Technical problems, secrets, and whispers. One of the biggest problems that Ferrari had in that decade was a poor aerodynamic efficiency system in the 2019 season, and in 2020, the team finished 6th overall in the standings. For the first time, questions were raised about the principal's future with the Formula One division of Ferrari. A lot of conjecture started to circulate about Mattia Binotto and his role within the company, as a YouTube video that had gone viral showed Ferrari GT driver Josef Karl stating that Ferrari planned to fire the Swiss-born engineer. The video caused outrage and panic at Ferrari, with the company scrambling to have it taken down after various media outlets began to use it as the basis for speculative pieces about Binotto's future. The media story suggested that Mattia Binotto was going to be fired after the preseason testing period at Bahrain. At the same time, Ferrari had replaced their driver Sebastian Vettel, a 4-time world champion, with Carlos Sainz Jr., who would be occupying the cockpit alongside Charles Leclerc, who was one of the most talented drivers the Ferrari team had. This may have helped fuel the speculation that Mattia Binotto was not long for his career at Ferrari, but that began to quiet when the senior management at Ferrari failed to make any announcements regarding the Swiss spanner's professional position within the company. Indeed, Ferrari remained exceedingly quiet about the entire subject of the disappointing season and Mattia Binotto overall. As for the next season, the Italian principal remained highly positive and hoped to correct the previous season's mistakes. Net worth. To have a position of so much responsibility, you can see how Binotto would be well paid for his time. As Binotto is an exceptionally private person, it has been very difficult to ascertain exactly what his net worth may be. Some sources have suggested that it could be somewhere between $1 and $5 million. But FlowRacers.com reported that the Ferrari F1 team's principal salary in 2022 is $3 million a year. The same web source cites that Mattia Binotto's net worth may be between $5 and $6 million, which adds up a lot better when you consider his $3 million salary. Of course, these things are rarely reported with any accuracy. And when you consider that Christian Horner, Red Bull's team principal, earns a salary of around $10 million a year, it looks like there could be more money moving around that can be reliably reported. Lifestyle. As previously stated, Mattia Binotto is notoriously private about his personal life. He holds no social media accounts that anyone knows of, and even though he has been associated with the high-profile Ferrari team since the mid-90s, he has consistently maintained the lowest possible profile. This probably came in handy when the media decided to speculate about his career. As if he were a social media addict, as so many other public figures are, he would have been exposed to a lot more of the worst sides of the internet. Mattia Binotto has a loving and beautiful marriage with his wife, Sabina Binotto, but the pair are both highly secretive about their life. Sabina Binotto has absolutely maintained her privacy while living in relative comfort with her husband. When the pair are seen together at race events where Sabina always shows to support Binotto, they look adorable and very much in love. What we do know is that Mattia Binotto and his wife Sabrina are the parents of two beautiful children, a son named Marco Binotto and a daughter called Chiara Binotto. As you are no doubt predicting by this point, Mattia and Sabina Binotto's children's lives are also shrouded in secrecy. According to Forbes, Mattia's son Marco is a university student who lives a life far away from the media spotlight, and Chiara Binotto is in high school, very focused on her studies and her career. There is something very wholesome about a life that is not lived in front of a paparazzo's lens, and one that stays as far away from the permanently toxic and obsessive fan base that populates Twitter. It seems the more that people know about you, the more they will potentially exploit for their own ends, or simply for their own entertainment. Mattia and Sabina Binotto seem to be only too aware of this, especially since Mattia Binotto's job is one in which there could be a never-ending run of scrutiny thanks to the amount of money being thrown around. Whatever their day-to-day life is actually like is anyone's guess then, which is why it is fun to speculate on how we would conduct ourselves if we could live a life far away from the prying eyes of the internet, the news media, and social media. Hopefully the Binotto family has a peaceful and blissful existence, and that Mattia Binotto can use that to keep his head focused when it comes to his career. Perhaps one day his son or daughter will follow in his footsteps, but only time will tell. What do you think about the lifestyle and net worth of Mattia Binotto?